Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna do the intro over again. Okay. BRB. It's fine. Thank you. Okay. I'm gonna do the intro over again. Okay. BRB. Hello. So hi everyone. Welcome to the stream. Thank you. I have myself going through twice now. We're NA production here. All right. Hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. Hi. We are doing a double shield member melee. This is our very first member melee. It's mirrored after the SmackDown events that we've done in PECO in the past with the professional coaches, but instead of the professional coaches, we are having members coach instead. And our theme this week is double shield. On the left side here, you can see people, left side, there we go. You can see people in the Discord channels. Left side is team 1, which is Big Ben's team. He's coaching them. And the right column is team 2, which is, yes, Chevy and A stream. The right side is team 2, which is being coached by Chase Nave. And we've got all the players in there who are also members of PECO. If this is something that you would like to join next time, we're going to be doing these every 2 weeks. Just make sure you sign up for a membership in the PECO community and you'll be able to sign up for the next one. So let me swap over to the scene. Hello. And yeah, they're doing their chats here. And let me come back. I'm going to go pop into team 1 and listen in on what they're saying for their plans. And yeah.
That or percentage differential for Hanzo to just launch the dragon, to just start building another one. Like, if he's already have dragon, but I'm only at like 50-60% of flux, should he just throw it?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on where you are on the map too. I was going to stay right around 40%. It depends on how fast he's building it too. So it's kind of a judgment call between you guys. If Scar's like, hey, I'm really building up dragon, I'm really pummeling their Arista with storm arrows and building it really quickly. It depends on how much he's really farming the tanks, to be honest, in this comp, because there's going to be times where he's just kind of shooting shield and then shooting characters. So that's kind of a judgment call on his end more than yours.
Okay, we are up and running. Things are good. Yay.
To me, yeah, for sure.
The chat feature didn't work this time. Unlucky.
Oh, well, yeah, so I couldn't get it to work right on the little bots, but I can see it like in OBS. It's weird.
Okay. Yeah, no, that is weird. Maybe it's because of that weird glitch or a weird issue that we were having where I had to log in and log out, but
maybe. Let me
might have reset the code.
Let me
might have
double
reset
check.
the code after I reset the
Well,
chat
good
thingy.
to know that we know what to check now.
It works.
Yeah.
It works.
Oh, it works?
It looks
Okay.
a little weird compared to
Twitch.
Twitch, but it's there. Yes. Here, I'll just
No biggie. There we go. Yeah, looks good to me.
Okay,
All right,
cool.
it's there. I make it pretty. Awesome.
Resize it.
All right, so yeah, but I think OBS does do weird things sometimes. It do be doing weird
100%.
things.
It do be like that.
Yeah.
And just when you expect it not to be, that's when it do.
I love it. We did like test stuff yesterday too, and it still was like, nah, we still gonna be problematic. It's fine.
Of course. Hey, you got like so many fans in chat. Gotta love it.
Let's go. I harassed my community. I was like, please come say hi.
Nice to have your own homegrown fan base.
Like,
I
please.
don't even have fangirls. Like, God.
They're here for the dogs. They're here for my dogs. They're not here for me. It's fine.
Yo, to be fair, your dogs are super cute.
They are. They are good content.
Easy content.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go give the teams a 5-minute warning.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I've got Sharp being our timekeeper guy, and then we're gonna do our best at casting here once we get playing, and then we'll be hopping into the team chats in between whenever they're doing their coaching, so that y'all on the stream can hear the actual coaching. And yeah, should be a fun time.
Ahoy.
Hi, biased.
Oi. Have shenanigans started yet?
The shenanigans have started. The stream is up. Sharp just popped in to give them a 5-minute warning. And then we'll be going to Junkertown first. Sharp and I are going to be putting on our caster hats. And then I'll be hopping in between the rounds for the stream so they can hear the coaching.
Nice. Exciting.
So yeah. I've had a large cup of coffee. So we should be
Currently
good.
chugging a monster.
Nice. I would have done that, but I'm out of monsters, and I was like, all right, let me go like bust out the Keurig because I'm gonna need caffeine.
That was your mistake number one, was ever running out of monster.
I know, it was tragic. It's a sad day.
It happens. We got this. We'll be fine.
Oh, it's gonna be great. I'm really excited. This is gonna be so fun. Oh, Chase Nate fell out.
Oh no, what happened?
I don't know. Hold on, I'll just
He
invite
fell
him
out of
back.
the game, or
He's still in game. I'm assuming he accidentally left the game.
or possibly he might have left to try to show them something.
That
on,
is
a map or
entirely
something like that.
possible. Yeah.
We'll get him back. I can hold on, Bias. Yep, there we go. Request. You can join my group, Biased, always.
Outstanding.
We always need at least one Biased.
We'll do this. We'll do this. There we go.
Oh my god, the stream's up. This is so cool. I love this.
Yay.
Dude, I was just singing Kai's praises for a little bit there.
Yeah, it looks so nice.
Thank you.
Yes.
3-minute timer by the by.
To what tune were you singing his praises? Was it Wheels on the Bus?
It was the Benny Hill theme, actually.
The Benny Hill theme, yes.
That sounds appropriate for PECO in many ways.
Oh man. It's low-key how it felt whenever y'all were like, are you streaming? I was like, I pushed start, I can see the chat. Someone said hi. I don't understand.
That's my favorite. It's just like, I set it up so that you only have to hit a button. What did you do? I hit the button.
Never hit the button.
It's like, don't press it. I'm not gonna press it.
Like,
Don't
oh
press
my
it.
gosh. YouTube stream's so complicated.
So we got 2 more minutes before I ask them to move into map-specific stuff.
Cool.
2 minutes.
You got a well done, Kai, from Brady.
Oh, yeah. That's what we like to hear.
Yes.
Then we have map-specific stuff. There we
Yeah,
go.
then they can talk about how they want to go into how they're attacking / defending.
We're starting on Junkertown first, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was in a call with the coaches in Tikatee, and they were talking about how on Junkertown on the end of first point, it's such a big and open space for snipers, and we got 2 in this comp.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not as good as Widowmaker on the end of 1, but we have an Ash and Hanzo possibly. So
That'll
some
be good.
really big long sight lines that and it's a little bit different, right? Because with double sniper, generally you want to take at least 2 angles. But with double shield, most of the time you want to stay behind that shield for the protection of from the spam.
Right.
So it'd be interesting to see who does what, like what they're kind of which way they decide to go here. I'm excited to see what these coaches come up with.
Yeah. It'll definitely be better than anything I could have come up with. Like, I just know how to stream. I know how to play support.
I make a pretty picture.
I'm a good tank.
Don't put yourself down, Kaden. You came up with this idea.
I came up with the general event idea, not the actual coaching specific idea. The specific coaching is the coaches.
If not for you, then the coaching would not exist. Therefore, you are on the pyramid of this hierarchy of.
I mean,
doing
she's definitely
things.
higher up than me.
So I'm God.
All right, that's 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm gonna go yell at them to go.
Let's
to the
calm
map.
down now. I'm not trying to stroke the ego that much. So I'm God.
Like so Jesus.
Yeah.
Junkertown
But
sounds
the
fun, yeah.
second time, not the first time.
I know this is gonna be good. I am excited. And everybody except for one person showed. We only had one no-show, so yay.
Unlucky. Did they let you know or just slept in?
I'm not sure what happened. They replied to everything and they did the little ticky marks that they were gonna be here. So I don't know. I know some people were saying maybe they just got time zones mixed up. Maybe they overslept. Maybe they had a random power outage. I don't know. But Big Nab is filling in for them. We'll make sure to have subs.
We'll have we'll ask somebody to be like, hey, sorry you didn't get picked, but like that's the awkward part there, right? Is like being like, hey, sorry.
Just throw me an invite.
Oh yeah. I got you.
We didn't know if you if you were doing something like in a custom or something like
I
that.
just got a DM. Chase needs an invite.
There you go.
All right, he's in.
Awesome.
Let's see. I'll go ahead and swap over to the game scene again here. Push the button.
Push the button.
Ta-da!
Fancy stream deck.
Dino Nuggies and Jane's socks.
Oh my god, that's amazing. I love these names.
They're so silly.
Well, one, Dino Nuggies.
Yeah.
And two, you got to imagine what kind of socks would Jane wear, right? Because, you know, he's never been one to be conventional. So I'm imagining he's probably like a two different socks kind of guy.
Like intentionally mismatching socks.
I don't know, because he was in the military. So
Well, maybe he does it now out of like
strict,
rebellion though. Like now it's like, I don't have to be all like super clean uniform now. I'm gonna wear whatever socks I grab first. Let's go.
No, if it was Jane, it'd be, let's go.
Let's go.
And followed by, you know, being like, all right, we need to calm down now.
Pretty much. Oh my goodness. Maybe their internet went down even. Who knows? Yeah, that is very true.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, that we need that to be like an incentive for something that we do at some point. Is Jane shows us what kind of socks he wears. Just a slight peer behind the curtain of Jane's life.
Brady says, I feel like he would go full fancy sock patterns. Nick says, I don't know. He's probably spent 100 hours researching socks. You know.
I'd say yes to both of those.
I did,
Full
yes.
fantasy socks at 100.
He
But
probably
then
has a very complicated relationship with socks.
Actually, what I feel like he did is he spent hundreds of hours researching socks and then just ended up buying a six-pack of like Champion white socks, and then that was it. He's
Like
just like, after all my
Hanes.
research, I concluded just like, yeah, just normal plain white socks are optimal. There you have it.
Because like my idea would have been like he would spend thousands of hours researching it, and then he would come down to, after all of my research and all the effort put into this, I've decided that just the simplest thing is the best.
Yes. Occam's razor through and through.
It'd be like that.
In the end, Occam's razor wins.
Let's
Oh
see.
yes. So we have another minute 20 right now for them to do map specific stuff, and then we get into the game.
Okay.
Which will be awesome. So we're gonna have Dino Nuggies on the defense first, right? That's how this works. I forget how it works in the lobby. There's a lot of like weird stuff that like most people don't know about like the custom
I am
games.
99% sure blue defends first.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I'm not.
Oh.
I agree with that. That questioned assertion.
Yes, I'm gold. So, I see people mentioning their SR. So this is a mixed SR lobby to an extent. It's still, everyone is still relatively close. Like I think everyone's still within 5 to 700 of each other. Yeah, the team average, it's a little bit different now because we did have a sub in, but the team average was literally within 5 SR of each other. It's like roughly high plat. I did the math. Thanks. Oh yeah, we have a confirmation blue defense red attack.
Awesome, there we go.
So yeah, so
That's
there is it's not like this was you have to be diamond to apply, but we did also make sure to keep everything as balanced as possible, so that it, you know.
It's not like, you know, we have like a 2300 hit scan and a 2300 hit scan. Also, that's time.
Okay.
we can possibly have like a 3,000 tank and then a 3,000 hit scan, and then like a 2,000 tank and 2,000 hit scan on the other team, right? Like their averages are the same. So you may see some MTDs, you may see some DPS diffs. And if you do see it, please be sure to yell it at the top of your lungs in chat. Alrighty, I'm gonna go let them know that that we're getting in.
Awesome. Yeah, just let Ben know. Nave already replied with an R.
Boom, 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 boom. Bum, ba, da, bum.
The coordination and the profile pics
Just
on the blue
watching
team.
for the positioning tips on Orisa, not that it matters.
I'm wearing my Orisa t-shirt today, by the way, for, you know, double shield reasons.
Pog.
You know, it's important. Oh, and I do want to point out...
It's a t-shirt. Oh.
Yeah, there was coordination on Jane Sock's team as well. They're all patchies.
Oh.
So there is
right.
coordination on both teams.
I love the patch MRs.
They intentionally went all patchies, yeah. Oh, oops, hello?
I also love that you call them patchies.
Yeah, they're patchies. Oh, where's my okay, well, I don't have my hotkeys set up the same on my alt account as my main account for spectating, so that's awkward.
Luck.
Throwing.
I'm basically throwing NA production, guys.
Give her a T-Tours. No, wait, we're not on Twitch.
It's like, I fix this next time. It's fine. It's fine. Where's the learning experience?
Do they all know how this scrim code works?
Yeah.
I guess is the question. They have to, so they can add time next time we get in. Yep, there we go. They figured out how to add time. And then we need them to ready up when it's good to go. So y'all should be able to ready up, and then we can add time for the mini coaching, etc.
All right, let's go. We're going in. Look at this quality double shield we're seeing, guys. Who would have thunk it?
Blue team has set up on that high ground there. I always hate setting up on this high ground. It always seems like you don't have anywhere to go.
It's very confining. I never know exactly how to properly hold that without getting pushed off. Okay, Scar already opened up with a pick on the Orisa. I don't know if Jane Socks are gonna go back in and do a little soft reset while they wait on their horse.
Looks like the horse coming back out. That was just a momentary, momentary technical difficulties. They're playing split here. It looks like they got the Orisa anchoring cart, and then the Sigma being a little bit of an off-angle Andy there.
Yeah, Larkin just landed a good dynamite on the Orisa, who is alone on the cart for Jane Socks. They got the halt off, but I didn't see much damage follow-up going into that halt. Larkin's fallen to the low ground and picks the Orisa, and it looks like they're going to get the BAP as well here. Sandwich goes down, and that is 2 down for Jane Socks, and I think they're going to have to do another little reset here before they get another push and some movement on that cart.
It looks like blue team is doing a very, very good job at sticking together, kind of doing what the double shield comp is very good at, right? Is kind of anchoring around that Orisa Sigma shields and being able to not have to worry too much about the spam damage. And the red team playing a little bit more split here, kind of like the dichotomy I was talking about, where you can have the double sniper angle set up. We'll see which one's coming out here. The Orisa on card, of course, taking a lot more, and it looks like red team getting the 2 really good picks there, and now the Mercy and Bap
Oh, the halt was huge! Yeah, Dino Nuggies ignored Big Nab a lot there. He was able to get a lot of value on the off angle. I don't think he realized, or they realized that he was in that house. And they were able to just get so many like big value dynamites and force them off that high ground. And that'll be first point. Oh, another big dynamite.
Blue team a little bit slow on the contest there. They got out, but it looks like they're going to get out with their lives here. They had to invest the Immort field there. No disc for blue team. So if red gets aggressive here with some ults,
they
do have
all the ults. I think this is going to be a who ults first here. Oh! We've got the Sigma ult going out.
Oh, and it was canceled.
Oh!
With a huge kill.
But it doesn't matter. They still get 3. And Oh, they're going for the res. Blue Roses going for that res and gets it on Scar. Now they have the dragons to work with. This could be...
I kind of like this because it looks like Red didn't push the aggression very much there, and so now Blue has a little bit of a chance to set up here. They
I
have
feel
Elisa
like
on the high ground.
I feel like they thought maybe since they got the 3 picks that Dino Nuggies was gonna back off, but they didn't, and they're gonna have a tough time pushing through the rest of this point now. Their Aretha goes down, their Bob goes down, but I think that Dino Nuggies will be okay still. And here comes the dragons to clean up after that flux. And it's surprisingly... Oh, there it is.
He doesn't need the dragon.
He just needs to click the heads. He's throwing logs at them and they are back to spawn.
This is great. I love this. We're seeing some awesome play. So there's kind of 2 different plays from the teams here. Blue team looking like they're enjoying to stay together, stick together on the setup, and red team playing a little bit more of the off angles, which is what you kind of want to see from the Ashe in double shield comp, right? Ashe has the kind of awesome ability to throw dynamites over shields, and and the red team Arisa going down again.
Goodness.
That is the little bit of the disadvantage when you're playing that kind of split comp, though, is that your tank is going to get focused down real hard from the immense amount of frontal pressure that is coming out of this more centralized double shield comp. Now, blue team on this really, really strong choke point at the top here. This is a really strong position.
Oh my goodness.
And they're just in this grinder back there, dropping down the
dragon forces them to split up a little bit, but I don't think enough. And now Scar is answering with a dragon of his own, and it's just massive. It gets 1. It only nets 1, but the Sigma and the Mercy are split.
That fight. Yeah.
And I think King's gonna get out with his life there. That's surprising.
The double shield comp, not exactly adept at chasing people down, but and a lot of damage mitigation. King kind of gets away with a little bit there. Yeah, that dragon out of red team was decent, but should have.
Oh, the windows!
Both windows going up, and they're absolutely massive from blue team getting it up first. Unfortunate from red team there. They're funneling into that top area, and that window absolutely shredding them as they try to get out.
It's just such a big choke spot for the team here.
A very strong choke for the blue team and on Junkertown in general. I like red team going on the low.
They're gonna have to go underneath, but they just. Yep, it's just so tough. They have to go under to avoid that choke, but that means that Dino Nuggies just gets to rain down on them, like, uncontested. All right, they lose the Sigma. I don't think it's gonna matter. The Bob is out. They are corralled in this corner. There's a Mega for one of them, but it's just death in there. It's just a little death hole.
They are stuck between a rock and a hard place, and I don't want to be in either of those places.
No. Oh my goodness. And the cleanup.
This is always a very, very hard choke to break, and even you see even in Overwatch League teams just getting stuck here for amazing amounts of time. It's very claustrophobic for the attacking team.
That street space is just such a defense favored spot on Junkertown. They can. Oh my goodness.
A lot of kind of second point holds, and that we get a second point hold here from Dino Nuggies. That's awesome.
All right, let's see.
Great job. All right, so we're gonna have a little bit. So of course, because this is a scrim setting and a coaching setting, we're going to have about 5 minutes here of coaching in between rounds, where the coaches are going to get some time to talk to their teams. Add 5 minutes.
Awesome,
please.
5 minutes has been added. Perfect. All right, I'm going to pop into the team channels and do a little listen.
Awesome.
And I will be right back.
What they got going on? Let's go, guys.
So tell him and actually stay together and push in together. And then if your Mercy is gonna stay with your ass, you're gonna go a lot more aggressive, for example, especially in attack, and put a lot more pressure into the enemy team. Don't be so much afraid. And also, a lot of times you're like just Yeah, so here, let's see. Yeah, like Hanzo can stay where he is right now on the right side. I would say As hold the left side, sure, where you are. And then Sigma help your Hanzo mostly. And Hanzo, you can also like actually push in and even hold even more aggressively for the very, very, very first fight, right? So when they're going out of the door, you can actually spam them from the door. Just wall climb there, and then from there you can also shoot their spawn with a sonic arrow. So
and then on top of that, recognizing you guys did a really good job of it on second point, but recognizing when you guys win the team fight, and feel free to push up and take that space away from him again, and then hold that position until they take it from you. That was amazing when you guys took that high ground right above where cart ended, and you just didn't give it up. You rotated ults really effectively. You made them work for it, and they didn't work hard enough for it to take it away from you. So that was really good. Other than that, keep with those combos. I think we just keep up for that for next map, or next half of this map, and otherwise really good. I know there was kind of it wasn't a good position for window, but try and use it in some way more, because you're going to be able to charge it again.
Yeah, I was never really in a great position to use it, so I knew.
yet.
Okay.
You need to be doing this all together. If you're gonna, even if you're split, you need to like push at the same time. You cannot have basically your Orisa go in and then after 2 or 3 seconds your DPS going in. That's already too late. Your Orisa is gonna get forced their cooldowns, and then it's gonna like, even if she doesn't die directly, she will like, you will lose overall. So yeah, like the timing was one of the biggest problems in the hold. You had it in one fight and you completely destroyed them when you had it.
Yeah.
And then basically for the rest you were just kind of like either way too stacked and in a position that wasn't like favoring you, or yeah, like not going in all together. So for first map, for first point this is kind of good. For second point, like where you held, sorry, Big Nab was like really good on the window, right? And then you want to take like Orisa pushes main, DPS try to split. So you can already say that like your Sigma is always with the hands and your Mesh is always with the ass if you want to. If you want to keep it simple, you can keep it like that all the time and just like be your little buddies and stay together. It's not optimal, but it's better than somebody being alone, right? A lot of times with your ultimates, especially with your hold, try to really call it out, and DPS really try to go aggressive with holds and try to follow them up either with dynamite or with storm arrows or with a Sigma rock, like all of that good stuff, right? And try to really combo hold, because that is going to give you the biggest amount of value. And don't be afraid to use ults. As I said, ultimates are used mostly to gain tempo into the fight. So don't be afraid to just like, don't use 5 of them to just get some tempo. But don't be, if you have your ult and you know the enemies don't, for example, or if you know the ult is going to give you a little bit of advantage, don't be afraid to just like pull the trigger early and get that advantage. Make sure you win the fight. It's especially even more important on attack because you have less opportunities. On defense, you can be a little bit more reserved. But like, do it. Just use it. What I can say is like, call it out as well, right? So your team knows you're using it. Your team knows to not overult at that point, because if everybody has the same idea at the same second, we don't want everybody to pull the trigger. But if you aggressively call out, I'm using like Matrix or something, like whatever ult you have, then your team will know to just like follow that up and not just everybody presses ult at the same time, right?
Something you guys real quick is that after if they win the game, right, they push it further than you guys did. It's gonna keep going. So until the time
we're playing all 3 points. Yeah.
you're playing it out. Yeah.
Okay. But when we stop on first point, it just stops, right?
It ends. Yeah. When you guys win, you win. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
We
I didn't even listen to the first word because it's just not a reality in my world. Like I can't even like imagine that happening.
That's the right attitude.
There you go.
I love it.
No.
What's that word? I don't understand it. Lose? I don't know what that word means.
Yeah.
Sorry.
There you go. That's
What we're
the
about to do.
penalty.
I'm kidding.
Damn.
Attackers incoming.
Alrighty, and that's it. We got to ready up.
Let's go.
We're swapping sides here, so for I just let everybody else know, but for the stream, this is a scrim preset, so that means that in scrim rules, basically you play out the map. So even though I believe it was Dino Nuggies got the stop there. If they push it to the point where they would have won in a competitive setting, they will also be able to keep pushing the cart, trying to win like all 3 points here,
Yes.
right? 'Cause it's learning experience, so we don't just care about the win. We care about learning people.
Educational stream, guys.
Yes.
All right. I really like watching Big Nab on the Ash here. He goes for some really good angles and dynamite.
Yeah, he's got the good auto principle on Ash down. That's what you kind of want against double shield here, and that's why Echo is been so strong too. It's just very strong in that off angle. Orno eating an arrow in the face and Larkin taking out Big Nab. So the 2 DPS taking out Big
Okay.
Absolutely massive.
Dino Nuggies deeps are just popping off right now.
Wow.
And you gotta give credit to the Orisas. Walendithos is getting some massive hauls that are setting it up for the DPS here. And Ordo comes out to save his Mercy.
Wow, and just denying that chase there. But of course, Blue Rose getting that res back up. You know, as long as Mercy has that res, stakes don't matter.
Oh, true, but oh my goodness, it was pretty to see. I appreciated it as a support player. Oh no, and Dreary is already down. I don't know what happened there, but that is an unfortunate first pick. Okay, they do have the res.
Again, mistakes don't matter.
It's like we got the undo button with the res, so you know we keep going here. The Bob is out for the blue team here in a pretty good spot. It forced them to change their focus for a minute, but they didn't seem to really capitalize on that window. And I don't know that they're gonna. They've cornered themselves on that mega, and it's kind of just a little kill pit there.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of spam coming out, not a lot of places to back up. This is super good for Red Team, although they've dropped off of this high ground. Take this fight on more equal footing here. They do need to contest if they're looking to win this match. Walendithos stepping on top of the dynamite goes down.
And that looks like blue team is backing out.
It looks like blue team's going to need to back up, but they have some good ults coming on here. You can see a nice combo with, say, like, Halt Dragon Strike, or you have Green Arrow having his flux there. Mercy for a bit more of a tempo push if they can get some advantage to push up onto the enemy supports. This is it's not exactly hopeless for the blue team here.
I think Walendithos is looking for that call on the dragons, but they are getting hammered just anytime they take a peek. There's just...
I don't think Walendithos has been over 200 HP.
Oh my goodness. There's just so much damage going out from Jane's socks right now, and Walendithos is just doing what they can to not instantly fall. The window is going to be massive, and the dragons through the window is just disgusting. Oh my goodness.
Awesome exchange there. So we had red team here. Red team had gotten some little value out of their first set of ults, and so blue team trying to counter that aggression with ults. So they're on huge pull from Walendithos. Actually pulls King off the high ground. Actually insane.
They get the follow-up, and they're not going to be able to get that res. That should be a big opening for them here. And they are pushing in on this pick.
Oh, the Bob in the doorway is going to kind of stop this a little bit. They do counter with a dragon of their own. And it looks like Red Team going into a little bit of, it might be getting a little bit crazy here. Sandwich gets pulled and killed. The Orisa on the ground by herself. You got Selena getting knocked out of Valkyrie by the Bob. And I think this will probably end up being the win for blue team. King doing his best to stall this one out, but there's always so much Lone Sigma can do.
Yep.
And we do get the win for blue team, but as I said, this is a scrim preset, so we're going to keep on rolling here. I think that should probably be enough for blue team to get second point and get out of this streets phase.
Yeah, they are going to push through here, and I don't think, it looks like they're not going to be able to contest. And red team right now is a bit scattered, as I think maybe they weren't sure.
Yeah. I had explained it to them, so hopefully they understood.
I think they understood. They just weren't quite sure where they wanted to set up for this third point to defend. And now they've got the tanks on the ground and only the Hanzo up top. And I really think they may have wanted to use the high ground a little bit more here, but couldn't quite get set up in time. And Dino Nuggies is just barreling through this third point right now. Ordoto's down. Scar gets an arrow to the face, and he is camping that body to deny the res, and he gets the mercy too.
Wow.
Absolutely massive plays.
Wow. Yeah, no, this is great. I love the aggression from the tanks. The full trust in their healers to keep them alive and just incrementally taking space with those shields. That's what this comp is so good at doing. It's how you take space on the Orisa Sigma is with those shields, and you can just block off whole sight lines. Great positioning on that from Walendathos on his supercharger, putting it around the corner so it can't be destroyed. And the Immort field coming out, but it's not quite enough to keep Walendathos alive.
Oh my goodness.
Two big picks again. They are just trading back and forth here.
It worked. Oh,
it looks like
do they know Blue is there? Do they know Blue? Blue is left alone. I think. Oh, they know. They know the Sig is there. Oh, Blue. Oh no, Blue is about to get staggered. Oh no.
Not a bad idea. I think that was definitely a great call out from somebody that
someone knew.
The Mercy hadn't died. It was hiding somewhere.
Oh no. All right. Okay. So it looks like the red team, Jane Sox, is able. They've got a little bit more mastery of the high ground now. This should be a fantastic defensive position for them as Dino Nuggies is now starting their attack. They have Bob to work with and Valk. Oh, they just got Bongos online. All right, we got both Bobs out. We got the Sigma Flux out. King goes down, but he does have the spawn advantage.
The Bobs are having a little fight in the back line.
Oh, no. DTX just went crazy there. Used the window to that Baptiste advantage. I know there were a lot of jokes with BAP when he was new that Soldier became the budget BAP, and DTX just showing why that is a thing. Just got, what, 3 kills there in the feed and opening up, and I think it looks like Dino Nuggies takes this.
100%.
Wow.
Great job. Wow, amazing job from Dino Nuggies. They were in some weird positionings, but they ended up pulling it out there. That was absolutely awesome to watch. Let's now we're going to go into a little bit of a time. We're going to have a 15-minute VOD review here for everybody. So that means that each coach is going to be able to sit there and go through this. Let's see if we can get the replay code out of these guys so that they can go over it. So hold on here. But yeah, the VOD review is going to happen now. Usually it's done by the coach just screen sharing, which may be a little bit hard to show on stream, but I believe in Caden.
Yes, I am ready to go and set that up. I'm gonna go hop in with the Dino Nuggies team here and see if Ben's gonna be able to screen share, and we'll get a little bit of the coaching here on stream.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I want a replay code.
Let's see, Ben, are you able to screen share whenever you VOD review?
Yeah, I should be able to.
Awesome sauce. All right, we're gonna have that up on stream. Let's go.
What kind of sauce? Sweet and sour.
Here's the code right
Sweet and sour.
I got That's the replay code.
What's up?
Fast like lightning.
I think you guys already know what I'm gonna show.
What, me feeding or our Hanzo using his dragon on the other Sigma's flux?
Hey, listen.
That was excellent.
Listen, I popped the fuck off, okay?
And then died.
Yeah. Well, we won anyway, so it's okay.
Wait, is that what you were actually alluding to? Damn.
He wants you to relive it again.
All right, that's
okay. I also fed for you.
We all fed at that moment.
I hit a couple of headshots. I was feeling the adrenaline, you know. And
we all fed there. It was okay.
You know, the W.
I just heard an angry Dutchman and I hit Q.
You're like, that's
man.
my signal to press Q.
I don't know what you're talking about feeding. I only
He's calling me.
I mean, my personal favorite was the bat window at 1 meter. That was
shut up.
that was excellent.
BM window. It's like a BM beat.
Well, hey, you said use it more than you did last time, so. you
Yeah,
used
and
more.
it did.
That's true. All right, Discord.
Also, that was a really good change to going underneath of them on the last push there.
It was.
Yeah, if I was able to scream at you at one point during the map, I was going to tell you to stop going up top left.
Well, I didn't think I managed to pull the Sigma off the high ground. I didn't think it actually worked. I was like, oh shit, great.
You did. You
Wow.
yoinked him and he still was in flux, so we were able to finish him. It was delicious.
Great.
Yeah, dude.
Looks like Chase is
that
going.
old
If you want to hop
church.
over there first.
Okay, yeah, I'll go there.
Go ahead.
After this, like their guy gets rest as well here. Yeah, it just got rest. And then like the enemy can't do anything. Like our ass, like nobody's even looking at their ass, so you can basically, you don't even have to move, and you just do too much damage there, right? So you just completely destroy them from the side, and then after like they're like, you just destroy them with angles, right? That's kind of the point of its comp. Our Hanzo goes far, and then here's where I would want basically my Sigma. You don't need to be main, but you need to watch out is your ass. You need to enable your ass to go more aggressive, right? So after you win this one, you can go to the right side and help your ass push this way, so she can hold this angle. Like your job as Sigma is enabling your DPS to hold very, very, very aggressive positions on the map. So and then you just completely destroy them. To see where, for example, on the second point, at the same time, we didn't play that well. A lot of times you stacked all together, and when I was talking about timing, I was mainly talking about which fight is it? Was it before this?
Where they windowed and then we sucked up our window?
That one was like, they just pulled the trigger before you here, I think, right?
Yeah.
Or was the? I think it was a bit later. No, this was the previous fight.
They just pressed keys better than we did this entire round.
Oh wait, they already passed.
I'm pretty sure they were like actually fight planning what else to use, where to go, and we kind of just didn't.
In general, you were very, very, very quiet, which I didn't.
I mean,
like too much.
I'm used to like fight planning, but not on deeps, and on deeps I have to like think about so much more. So, like I tried to do it on like our defense, but it's always like super scuffed.
So
I'm
here's
trying to
like,
be
for example,
quiet
when I'm
'cause-
talking about timing, right? So our Orisa goes in, and then basically, like, look at where both of you DPS are right now. Our Orisa is already poking people. Yes, this is not the best place to poke out on your own, but right now, like, our hands is still around the corner, and still needs 2 or 3 seconds to go in, and our, like, us basically barely can see enemies, right? And our Orisa is, like, already in the middle of the enemy team. So the point is, like, when this happens, we want our Hanzo to basically already be kind of in here, to already be picking aggressively, to already, if not up there, to be here and like disable these guys. And then the moment your Orisa actually walks in, you want to be wall climbing up and holding, for example, this position where you can shoot them from the side, right? And then your ass and your Sigma need to push in very, very, very aggressively to like get damage in, right? Because our Orisa stays alive for a bit of time, but then our ace is basically almost dead. Look at where our ass is. Like our ass is just like outside of the fight right now. You can
I'm
barely
playing
shoot
way
them.
too quick, or I just didn't like allow my team to get where they wanted to be first.
Yeah,
But it's
wait,
like
I didn't even know you
communication
were
from both
pushing in.
sides. It's not about one doing a wrong thing on the other. It's like both of you are wrong because the timing needs to work, right? You just nobody's doing a wrong thing. It just needs to be at the same time.
Okay.
Communication issue there. I can try to call where positions should be because I noticed at least third point I tried to call it a bit better because I realized we just were grouping up and there was a point where I was like,
again, talking about for this fight, I want to talk about a little bit about angles, right? Where everybody pushed under, right? And we're all stuck together. But right now, our DPS can basically see nothing, right? Imagine if at the same time as everybody goes there, our Hanzo and our Sigma just come here and pushes this. They just kill this guy, because they're 2, or at least they force them down and they're going to be forced into our team. And then our Hanzo can control this, or our Hanzo can push this way and just destroy this Orisa. This is where like off angles are going to be way more powerful than you being down here, right? When I'm saying Hanzo, of course, the Ash can do the same thing, right? Or if we had an Echo, the Echo can just like fly up here, destroy the Orisa, then kind of like play the angle, play the corner, right? And chill up here on the next rotation, then she goes more aggressive, maybe dives on the bop or something, right? So this is like where you all completely stacked up in the same corner, and like no matter what happens here, they have better positions, right? Look at what they're doing to you. If I open the spectator overlay, basically you're caging yourselves in a little corner, and they're everybody around you, right? There's no way you're gonna win this right now, just based on positioning alone, right? Unless somebody pops the fuck off. And then, so I want to talk about the next map actually here a bit more. I think here, the last thing is like, for King a bit more specifically, is like, I want you to actually stay with your hands so that you're supposed to pocket, right? Here you completely leave him alone and he just dies, right? So you need to stay with your Hanzo for the Hanzo to be able to pick aggressively, because these guys have a shield, but our Hanzo doesn't. And if our Hanzo has a shield here, he can also like stand on top of this, for example, and like just shoot freely, right? So you need to use your cooldowns to like enable your DPS a bit more. And then after our Hanzo dies, like we rush to res him. So we res him, and then we just completely, yeah, you're fine now. Just leave him there. Like after years, he still needs to make it out, right? So don't just leave him there. She's just gonna die again, right?
It's because I didn't want to die there, so I got out.
Yeah, I know. Then just don't res him. If you know it's like a bad timing, just go on and help your ass to like pop off and like do something else, right? So I want to talk about a little bit about Blazer Roll to help you out a little bit more as well. It's hybrid. There we go.
Right. Well, at least very easily. Our Sig can kind of go over there, but then our Sig wants to help because we're trying to focus this Orisa and BAP, all that kind of good stuff. But we'll continue a little bit. I have to back up a little bit. Cool. But we get a good res on our Ashe, and obviously our Hanzo dies trying to go on a solo mission, but definitely not over by any means. This is kind of the point that we were talking about, right? And you guys started discussing what you guys want to do. So I'll let it go a little bit more.
Yeah, I would say right about, I think after we lose our Hanzo and our Ashes rezzed, I have lost track of.
Yeah, this is where
sort of
I kind of hear I heard comms kind of go like, well, what am I really trying to do here? Our Orisa is like kind of focusing on what's on point. You're trying to engage on this Ashe to make sure she's not getting value, but all of a sudden there's a Hanzo on your right as well, because he gets rezzed. This is kind of the moment, especially when they turn that our Hanzo death into a advantage for them. This is kind of the moment that we talked about where you want to be coming over here, as opposed to trying to keep this angle just because the cart's here, right? Because we discussed like touching cart when you guys are taking this advantage, but when you guys are at a disadvantage and there's too many angles for you guys feel like you need to cover, taking either here, you can even play it more passive, especially since we have window, or even drop down the low ground and give it up for a second, right? Because if we have window, we can deny, like we're talking about this corridor right here. I mean, granted, we don't have dragon technically because we died, and you're not towards flux, but we have window, which is nice space as well, and we're able to drop and use it this way. I mean, you could use it up on high ground over here, but obviously there's less angles you can use it at, but rather regrouping around outhouse like we talked about in the pregame lobby, and then being able to re-engage when everyone's full health and ready to use cooldowns, and then take this channel. So we'll let it play for a little bit so you guys can watch what ended up happening. Just in a little bit here, I think, yeah, you probably get storm arrowed, I think, if I remember correctly, our Orisa, and she's burning, so she's kind of like trying to commit to the fight and not give up point, but
Yeah, at that point I was just kind of like overwhelmed with, and then I think I start to come back, but it's too late.
Yeah, so this is really the point that you're definitely like on like panic mode, like what do I do here? If you're kind of like in this situation, like what am I going to do here? This is when you guys as tanks or whoever wants to be the person to do it, even supports can kind of call rotations. Kind of have to be like, well, we either need, if you're going to die on cart so that we can regroup, because you definitely guys could have recontested for second here. You just, after this fight, you guys kind of were like, well, what are we doing? We got knocked off our high ground, so to speak, knocked off our perch, and like, what are we doing now? So I'll let it continue again, but a little faster to you.
And from there, everyone just drops like flies.
Yeah.
And then we all die.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely kind of here. Definitely you guys should be like pretty much all the way back, probably taking either the high ground or just playing around that corner. Let me get over there and show you. That's
see, and our so our BAP didn't die there actually, and so
huge,
big non-defeating.
Recognize. Well, I think we could have contested here before they captured point, because like I asked if we could throw Bob, and I think there was a moment like, do we? Like we were thinking about it, and then we ended up like just
It was too late by the time we committed to it.
I called for the reset there because I wasn't thinking about ultimates that we had, and then when you said when we had Bob or whatever, I was like, oh, we can't contest, you know, and it was just kind of like a little bit indecisiveness because I called one thing and then somebody was like, well, maybe we could.
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys gotta remember this first time you're playing together as a 6 as well. You guys didn't even practice and quick play as a 6, so
yeah,
there's gonna be comm mishaps, right? But just recognizing those small things as far as winning last fight, recognizing we did a really good job building window. We don't need to aggress and try and force ourselves into uneasy situations or hard situations. We can take the passive route, back up, and we got ultimates to take this space, like window, for example. And even when we're talking about here, you guys are coming back. You guys have utility like window, for example. If you guys want to push this low ground quickly to get to point, you can fortify in. You could throw Bob to get to point. Obviously, like you said, people were talking and stuff was going on to where it happened to where you're not able to touch, but just kind of figuring out how to get that done is helpful, but not the worst thing in the world. And then kind of at this point, definitely, I'd be surprised you got out, if I'm being honest. I remember thinking that when this happened, but definitely at this point, if you do get out after that situation, we have to definitely come all the way back. And you guys did a good job of this. You're like, okay, we lost that. What do we got to do next? Someone said take high ground. That was really good. I think you guys take a while to kind of get to that position because you kind of want to continue to get value as you walk away, which isn't the worst thing in the world. But you also, when you are kind of going for that contest and you're like, oh crap, now we can't touch. You're in this kind of limbo, especially when you most likely. Yes, sir.
Feel free to take a 5-minute bio if you need it.
Okay. We're committed, so I think we're gonna continue. No, I'm kidding.
Snap.
No bathroom books for anyone.
Nobody gets a break.
You're gonna need
We're too deep into this.
I need to write you a pass in order to leave your seat.
You're all hardcore, dang.
And then post it to
Like, can I raise my hand, babe? Please request to use the restroom.
Yeah, you'll need to sign a form and yeah, okay. But anyway,
I'm about to shit my pants.
But no, it's good to get value as you're walking away here, but you also have to realize in the back of your head, I mean, there's a lot of things you're always thinking about, right? But realize in the back of the head, they just want to fight. They didn't really use ultimates their first fight. They just beat us in that fight, and we kind of gave them a little charge when he came in. They're going to want to try and use ults here. Obviously, looking at the replay viewer now, they have a total of 6, which would be everyone. So obviously, and so do we. So that's kind of the stuff I talked about in that previous fight when we're talking about keeping first, like using ultimates first, because we won that first fight. We did everything right, like we talked about in the pregame lobby, like getting that spam damage, getting our healing numbers up, all that kind of good stuff. So we're able to win that next fight with ultimates, but we just never got in a position to use it, if that makes sense. So that's definitely, I think, something maybe to focus on for the next map, on top of the combos that we worked on the first map, which went well, is kind of to understand if you guys are winning, like you guys do after this. You guys cycle ultimates first and use them first and kind of keep that aggression on, if that makes sense. Because what happens here... I'll speed it up.
I end up feeding.
Surprise,
surprise.
I got so confused then because I was fluxing
you're
in the air,
okay
but
with
I
this
used
at the end of the day,
Fortify.
right? They're starting to use ultimates. They use window. They use flux. Valk's fine here. You're gonna build it again. That's a big res, so you guys can regroup quicker. Do a good job taking high ground here. Just good stuff overall, honestly. I mean, I wasn't really upset. I think if you wanted to like try and get towards like more of a perfection, probably yes, you probably should have like regrouped on the mega bottom left and then walked up to this high ground, and then your tanks ensure everyone gets through, so you're able to take this high ground more effectively. But it's not the end of the world, right? They don't get a team kill. You guys are able to take this space and keep this space, which is really good. I use Bob unnecessarily. I like the Bob to contest here. And kind of again, the reason our Arista dies is in part because of what happened before. And again,
that's me. I ran away from the line.
This is literally, I mean that too, but all of this is literally the definition of like staggering and that kind of process. So just making sure whether you guys are grouping up or finding the same pathing. Obviously, for off-angle people, I understand you're not going to be taking the same pathing, but understanding that use your, especially tanks, you guys, and escorting or helping people get to the right positions and not leaving yourself on an island either when our supports need to go somewhere else. And then obviously, if the supports can communicate that and be like, hey, we'll end with this. Don't be over there, please, because you're going to die. You can say it politely. You don't have to say you're feeding. You can say it politely. Say please.
You're a feeder. You're terrible.
Feeder.
Out of this game.
What are you doing? You're throwing.
No, it's okay. We'll end at this. I got you. I res.
So yeah. So actually, I'm gonna show you this because this was what I was talking about. This was really good. This is our first combo of the game that we talked about trying to hit. Really good. Really good flux. A little bit early, like I said, just to show you what it looks like. Just a little bit early. You want to wait just a little bit longer. And then what you can also do, as a Hanzo player too, so understanding, so he just fluxed them on cart, right? After they land on the ground, where are they going to want to go?
Back.
So figuring out kind of where that flux is and maybe putting that dragon almost like along this trajectory so that it goes into here. If they want to go this way, they can't. If they go backwards, they can't. They kind of have to push into this sight line, which then gives your team more opportunities for damage, right? Or if you want to be big brain enough, if you're taking like an angle over here, you can drag it along this so that it covers the mega, so they can't even get to the mega, and they have to go across it if they even want to leave.
I think I was angling it to get the mercy, but she ended up landing on the high ground.
She landed up over here. Yeah. I mean, it's just those are just additive kind of things on top of that. As long as you're kind of generally throwing it in there, I'm totally fine with that. It's just kind of that next step of understanding what's going on and how you can get even more value of what you're doing.
We're now going to move into 10 minutes, which are allotted for map prep for the next map. The next map is Blizzard World. And so you can feel free to use that time ever you want, but 10 minutes in at 1:17 Eastern time, in 10 minutes, we're going to start the next map.
Okay, sounds good.
Blizzard World, and I can't play Rhine Zarya.
Pain.
Like actually doing it ourselves versus
like as a big team.
We go into our own.
I'm a hands-on learner. That's why I ask.
I think
like physically
take more time. So
we can ask them to put us into like the skirmish mode, like start it in a skirmish.
And the other team would be able to see stuff.
I mean, yeah,
this
that's
isn't
true.
competitive, right? Like
I have a
we're all
question.
here to learn. What's up?
Let's just keep it here.
We'd
So
see
do you
them
want
too,
to talk
though.
about first point or like second point? To like, let's like nail down rotation if you want or something.
Okay, so our rollout, we're going bottom left, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so let me maybe draw here. So you're going bottom left, right? You start from there, and then what happens if you see them up here? Question. What do you do? You just panic and run around like chickens.
I think
Okay, hello. So, hi stream. Real quick, I just wanted to explain what's happening for those who may be trickling in right now. We're about halfway through the stream.
A lot of good discussion, and I was very happy about that.
Right? It was good. It was really good.
I loved hearing our member coaches, each of them having kind of a little bit of a different style. Chase was like having a lot more of a dialogue, where as Ben was pretty much doing a little bit of lecturing.
Yeah.
Both completely fine.
Yeah. I enjoyed hearing the different coaching styles. I'm gonna swap scenes really quick since we're not doing anything.
Of course. Do your thing, do your thing.
But yeah, it's really interesting to see the different coaching styles going in. You see the different play styles that are in right now. For those who are coming in halfway through, we are doing double shield only. So the heroes that they are limited to are Orisa, Sigma, Ashe. Projectile DPS can flex between Hanzo and Echo, and then Baptiste and Mercy. So that is all they are playing hero wise, so that the coaches can focus on how best to
play that one comp.
Yeah,
it is. So we are only doing 2 maps. And this is the first time these guys are playing together, so like we are trying to minimize the number of like variables here for the coaches to deal with. So
just focus on
it allows them to be more targeted.
Yeah, try and keep it simple. This is the member coaches. This is their first time doing this type of thing. This is the members. This is them playing together as a 6-stack for the first time. It's a lot of firsts. This is our first time running this event.
100%, but I'm excited to do it again. I think that this could be really, really fun.
It's so good. And the plan for y'all is we're going to be doing it every 2 weeks. We'll be obviously changing up the theme. We're not going to do double shield every time.
It's always Orisa Sigma. If you
only
want to
double
play, you have to lock
shield.
the horse.
Double shield forever.
It's just 2019 in repeat.
We only rotate out like the DPS. But yeah, so it will be different themes each time. We'll adjust as we can there. If you want to participate, you do need to be a member in the PECO community, which if you are in the PECO Discord, I believe there's a channel literally called Become a Member.
Become a member.
Yeah, like in the important links, it literally is called Become a Member, and it'll have the link there on how you can become a member.
And if you become a member, it's not just this that you would get to take part in. Basically, anytime anybody's doing a kind of stream where we're doing stream events, and we ask for participants, you will get priority into those games. You also have every Monday we hold a Member Monday, which consists of a Q&A with our professional coaches. The professional coaches include Tikatee, Gunther, and Deadly currently. Usually Jane will join us as well. And so they'll answer some questions. Last week we had a Q&A, or kind of more of like a panel discussion about Overwatch 2 and the changes to tank role and stuff like that. And then we always follow it up with some pugs. And last week, because we had that whole Overwatch 2 themed, we did that kind of cool 5v5
Don't
organized.
call it cool.
It was, all right, so the workshop code was cool. I'm not happy that it's 5v5, but it's all a personal thing. But yeah, we have a lot of cool and fun stuff in the member program. We also have like a really tight-knit community here that we all kind of get along together. There's a whole swath of SR ranges. We have Masters players, we have Gold players, we have Silver players, we have a couple of GMs. We have all these people here. We're all working together, learning from each other, supporting each other, and I think it's an awesome community. We have a bunch of different levels of memberships that you can get in. So we have our community member, that's $1 a month that you can just join in the fun, join in the discussion. We have our $5 a month. That gets you a little bit more, and then we have our $10 professional membership, which comes with a 10% discount on coaching. So if you guys are interested in getting coached by our professional coaches, again, that's Gunther, who was a former Contenders player, awesome top 500 support player. Deadly, who's mostly known for his DPS play, but is also just wrecking it on the ranked ladder right now. I think he's top 500 on all roles. And Tikatee, who is the former Team Canada coach and also former assistant coach for the Dallas Fuel. Yeah.
That's where I come from. Sorry, I'm not biased.
You're from Canada?
No, from Fuel. From Fuel.
Oh, Fuel. Oh, you yelled
Yeah.
Fuel. I thought you said like yo or something like that.
Oh
I
no,
was like,
Fuel.
What is she? She's yelled at me.
I'm yelling. God, no. No, I'm in Dallas. I'm a big Fuel fan.
Oh, just just a little bit of bias there.
Only kind of a lot. It's fine. But yeah, no, it's a really awesome community.
Yeah, it's a great place to be. We have awesome coaches. Of course, you can buy an hour private session with them. We do on-stream coaching that you can buy as well. All of this goes to, and all the money it goes to either paying the coaches or to make the community a better place. Honestly, I think it's just a great community, and y'all should join if you're interested. If not, join the Discord anyway. We have an awesome community that we interact with there anyway for public. So we have I think we have 1,300 plus users on the Discord. So come join in the fun. We have a highlights channel where you can show off. We have some cool discussions. I think it's a great time.
They're requesting pictures of my dogs. I'm gonna post it in the member chat really quick.
Which one are we getting?
Here we go. Here's a group picture.
I want to see. Damn you, stream delay.
Oh no. I'm posting it in Discord.
Oh, Discord. Let me see. Melee chat or.
I guess I could put
puppies.
Here, hold on. Would y'all like to see the dogs? But yeah, so it's a really good community. One thing I really love about the PECO community versus other Overwatch communities is everyone that's in this Discord is here because they want to learn and improve in the game. So a lot of the discussions are a lot more constructive than your average Overwatch community that's more just about enjoying the gameplay and enjoying Overwatch League or what have you, which I mean obviously there's nothing wrong with that, but PECO community it's a lot more constructive with people saying hey, I'm stuck on this hero, what are some tips, hey, what do y'all think about this meta? There's a theory crafting channel. It's just a super educational community across the board, not just the coaches but the members themselves. Is the Discord PC only? No, the Discord is not PC only. You can play Overwatch on any platform you want. I will say that all of the events that we're doing right now are PC and mostly NA server, but that doesn't mean that you can't join the Discord by any means. And the coaches do VOD reviews or coaching sessions and stuff for console players as well. As long as you can get them a replay code or a VOD of some sort, then you can do that. I know the other day Tikatee on stream did one from PlayStation. So
oh, that's awesome. I guess I missed that one.
So as long as you can get the replay code, you're good to go. It's not only PC. It's just that it happens to be very PC heavy. But we're not limiting it to PC. And as far as NA server goes, I don't know if y'all could tell, but we have some EU people in the game today, obviously. Playing on NA servers. Chase is in it. I think Big Nab is also playing from EU.
Yes.
So as long as you can connect to the NA servers, you're good to go.
And there are sometimes that there are a lot of EU members. So, for instance, in our Member Monday pugs, usually most of the time we're playing on NA, but occasionally we switch over to the EU servers to give them some love. I know that
let them not play on ping.
Sometimes, it's a little bit pained when you're like, I'm an awesome hit scan DPS on EU, and I just straight up throw.
I'm on 200 ping.
So I think that is 117 currently for me, at least on the East Coast.
Yep, it is 17.
So let's get them into a game. Let me see if let me get them to ready up for you.
Awesome. All right, also, so we will be going into Blizzard World for this next map, and again, it is going to be more double shield. Everyone is playing on their same roles, same heroes. The only difference you might see is some Echo instead of Hanzo, which I would not be surprised to see, given that Blizzard World has a much more forgiving skybox compared to Junkertown, or at least it's not as super crazy open. So the Echoes can dip in and out of cover, unlike Junkertown, at least Junkertown Point A, where it's just wide open spaces. Insert Dixie Chick song. I don't have a pet, but my stuffed Charmander is vibing. $200 ping is just another day for me right now. Oof. Yeah, I usually sit. I'm as I said, I'm a Dallas Fuel fan. I'm so central US, so I usually get to sit around 40-ish ping, which is nice. Yeah, also wow, my GPU runs so much better with OBS instead of Streamlabs, so I may need to make that swap. Good to know for later for me. But again, I hope everyone is enjoying this content, and obviously since it is a YouTube stream, the VOD will be available as soon as we end the stream. I'll be sure to drop the link, of course, in the Discord, and we'll be doing another one of these in 2 weeks. So if you missed out and this looks like something you want to hop in and join either as a player or as a coach, then make sure to sign up for PECO membership. Ranges from $1 to $5 to $10, and you'll be able to get to go, and it'll be a good time. OBS is lighter than Streamlabs. Yeah, it really do be. Like, it's a 20-degree difference right now from my usual. I need to use it more. It's fine.
All right, we back with Dino Nuggies and Jane Socks. Except this time we are on Blizzard World.
Let's go. Yeah, I was telling them it's still the same comps. The only difference we're gonna see here is Echo over Hanzo for a bit here, especially since the sky area of this map is much more forgiving than Junkertown.
Yeah, there's a lot more angles you can kind of peek. Not so much on first point. First point's pretty you got the over the buildings where you'd want to peek is a little bit more restricted.
Larkin starting off with the dynamite and already has 15% ult. That initial dynamite off the spawn is going to be such a big ult advantage going for them into this first fight. And it looks like, yep, there is another one. Larkin is just insane with these. And just like that, Dre almost drops immediately, forces the lamp out of Sandwich before they even really get a solid engage here, just so that they can make it to the point to start doing anything. They have set up a nice kill box here with Big Nab on the high ground to take that off angle from the rest of the team. And King has given him his shield so that he can do his thing up there from safety, and Sandwich instantly with a window and Walendithos just melts. Nothing they can do there to stop that damage, and it looks like they're going to be able to possibly just entirely cap here. Sandwich moving up and gets blue on the way out, and that is a surprisingly smooth first take of point A from Jane Socks.
For me, that was on the back of Sandwich. So yeah, we were talking about how Larkin was getting all that damage from the dynamite, really building up that bomb, but just didn't do it fast enough, and we had Sandwich build up that window, and that window just deleted the enemy main tank off point. That's the whole, that's one of the big strengths of Double Shield, is that you have a lot of damage coming from one direction. Solana getting picked by Larkin. As I'm just Larkin not doing enough. Larkin comes up.
They heard you. And then another big dynamite Ordo, I think, melts to that. Oh, nope. I guess they got a health pack. Larkin now has the Bob online, and I don't know. I think we maybe see it here to stop the cart progress. Green Arrow going out with the
getting both tanks with that.
The 2K.
Wow.
Green Arrow said they didn't care about your bongo and just absolutely destroyed both of the tanks. He's trying to get rid of Sandwich and Big Nab on the way out, but they make it back to their team safely, and it looks like...
I was a little concerned about that flux, because the Orisa could just gold, and if you have an Immort, that could just be thrown down, but both of them on cooldown.
It was insane.
Huge flux. Green Owl kind of caught up by himself here. Gets the Immort field and uses his shift. Action out of they put the
we got the windows.
Matrixes here.
I think that it seems like the Dino Nuggies are being very good about both managing their own cooldowns and calling out the cooldowns of the other team, in order to be able to capitalize on when they can go in and be super aggro and when they need to sort of take a step back and reset a little bit here. It looks like Jane Sox is looking to take the high ground here. Drie is waiting to push up.
Push them off to that high ground. Basically, they were just investing all of their resources into keeping. Oh, huge dragon coming out here, but the Immort keeps them alive. Dreary going down anyway from that immense amount of frontal pressure. I don't think that Sandwich could see anything inside that dragon, but. Yeah, they had looks like blue team is holding this high ground here. Very powerful position to be, and then they have Green Arrow kind of anchoring cart, stopping it from pushing through. One thing red team could do is just try to delete Green Arrow off of cart and then get that push. They'll have to move off of high ground to contest cart at some point, but that's a lot of damage coming down from high ground if they don't push them off first. Big pull there together.
They're getting underneath it. Here's the dupe. The dupe is out. We've got a Sigma on the field, and oh my goodness. Ordo is looking for some more here with the Sig, I think. Oh, I don't think they're going to get the flux.
Nope.
Unfortunate.
Not enough damage there.
But you know what? They forced them off the high ground, which was great, but then it looks like the rest of the team is going to fall before they can make any more cart progress. That positioning...
PECO really strong in this comp, has a lot of shield break potential, has a lot of off-angling potential, but not really a lot of good copies here. I guess if you want to copy Baptiste for extra healing or an Immort field, and I guess Orisa is an okay copy for that Bongo if you can get it up because it persists after the copy ends. But
I'm surprised Ordo didn't just copy the Hanzo, because Ordo's Hanzo kind of nasty.
That is true. Yeah, sometimes it is just fine to just copy a hero you know you're good at.
Scar with a 2K.
Not lasting long enough. They Sandwich seems to be relying on that Immort to save her from dragons there. And if it's not lasting long enough, if it gets broken, she's just staying in it, which doesn't seem to be working out very well.
Scar was playing super aggressive with the positioning there. It looks like they are trying to move around and maybe take the high ground. Oh, Green Arrow with a flux to force the red team into some weird positioning. Maybe gets Ordo here trying... Nope, Ordo's gonna dip out too.
Red team on the largest rotate ever.
What in the world did I just watch?
Red team has decided they are the defending team now.
You know what?
There's nothing that blue team can do about it.
Except for Scar, who just keeps popping off on the Hanzo. They need to find a way to shut Scar down. I think right now, at least in this instance, Scar's kind of the carry. All right.
Yeah, he's playing on these off angles, getting the picks on the side of the double shield, which is really, really powerful. It's very punishable, but if he's not getting punished, those side angles here, the other issue with this kind of flipping the map that they did is any respawners are gonna come in behind them.
No, have you noticed in here, Drie and Sandwich have been just bobbing and weaving around Blue Roses and Larkin for so long, and they were away from their team for that entire time. It was a 4v4.
So we're gonna push towards the end of second point here, but we're red team down some members, including Ordo, who just drops to another absolutely incredible shot from Scar.
Scar is just feeling himself right now. It's just so good. Oh, King with the flux. It was a good flux. He takes out Green Arrow, and he's still up and nice and healthy. No shield. They're gonna have to survive this dragon. They gotta get the Orisa off the cart. Lendathos is still contesting the cart. No gold. And that, I think, will get them second point here. Unless we see any more heroics.
0.26 meters, and they would get it in. Awesome. Now they gotta see if blue team can get out without staggering too much. What happened to bad at Hanzo though?
Ordo out here. Baited. Larkin says baited. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the Echo doing a good job, but if you just eat an arrow to the face, what are you gonna do?
There's nothing you can do when he's hitting shots like that. I mean...
It's the carpet effect, right? Like, it's like something's gonna pop off. Like, what are you? It's winnable.
When they click heads, they click heads. All right, it looks like blue team is gonna hold this corner, which is a fantastic spot for them.
Taking a lot of poke at the beginning here. Those shields not lasting very long. King with a Scar in the side room there. Scar getting punished for the off angle, but the res comes out from Blue Rose. Blue Rose is literally zero fear.
Oh, that is a four-man flux. The lamp will save them. Oh, here we go. Ordo answers with the flux, but the dupe ends before they can finish it. Look at Larkin coming in on this wide flank. And I don't think it's going to be enough.
Gonna keep on going through.
Yep.
Larkin has to get out.
Larkin's going to have to go back. All
wow, that was
right.
a great move there. That was absolutely awesome. Great aggression from red team, keeping the fight focused on the front line. Blue team taking a lot of flanks.
Oh, Dre's going to fall here to all that spam. The Bob is on the cart.
And we are in overtime. Bob contesting for them.
Oh, they're not going to touch.
But we get a big old Charlie
Niner. You hate to see it. Last fight doesn't count. Our Mercy got stuck.
Oh no! Oh no! Big unluck. That stinks. Wow. Wait, is there something in that corner that there's like a table and stuff that you can get cut in there. Oh, that stinks.
Oh, so unlucky.
Oh.
That's so funny. All right, we've got 5 minutes for them to discuss between rounds here now.
You'll probably move in between channels, see what you got stuff going on there. And
I'm
then
gonna go peep in.
Commenting on the second round here.
Yep, let's go. All right, let's go listen to Chase Knave's team, Jane Socks.
If your
that's
Sigma
not
is
the
with
play.
you can go into far of an adventure.
I mean,
trust your
if
Sigma.
me and Sigma are inting because of that, then
we weren't inting. We're not inting it for.
The thing is, like, the rest of the team needs to int at the same time, right?
I mean,
if we all in, it's not
like
inting.
everybody doing it at the same time.
But you were, but even when we were doing it, you were acting unsure about it. You weren't fully committing to it, which caused you to die faster.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
well,
not true
it's
though.
okay. It's okay. Let's not get
I
focused
called,
on that.
and then you called something else, and I said no because reasons. Then of course I'm gonna be hesitant.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Like, we're here to just try stuff out. It's like, okay, if it doesn't work, it's okay if it works.
But yeah, if it fails that fight, then we can try something else the next fight. But if we're stuck trying to, do the same thing because you don't want to do it, we're gonna keep getting
I was
stuck on
calling
that.
different stuff, and people were just like disregarding calls. Like, I mean, if you don't want me to like try to 5-plan because kind of sucks on deeps, then I'm just not gonna do it. But like, we can't just like have 3 people call 3 different things.
It's the thing that we are supposed to be split. Like,
no, I know we're supposed to be split, but we're not supposed to like have 3 different, completely different plans on how we want to take that fight. And that was the issue.
We moved basically from nobody talking the first map to everybody talking here. So it makes sense that, like, you're gonna have conflicting views. Like, don't stress about it. Just try to just like convert to one thing as fast as possible. And everybody must not be as like, everybody has like, must be a little bit less stubborn. It's like, not one person is like, try like, okay, we got from nobody talking, now everybody's talking. Now we need to take a little bit step back and listen as well, right? So it's something that happens to all teams all the time, especially when you start getting into calls. Everybody starts calling everything, and then it gets a mess, and then you dial it down a bit. I prefer everybody talking and everybody getting in a mess, and then, but you need to listen to each other and like work yourself out of the mess as fast as possible as well.
It's the BAP.
And then it's kind of was a rolling stone downhill.
Of unfortunate events.
But ultimately, I think you guys continue to do what you're doing. Do the 3-point nugget on attack, and then kind of go from there and rotate your ults effectively, like you did on defense on Junkertown on that high ground. That was really good. I want to see a little bit of that on attack here. Just rotating your ultimates and communicating what you're going to use, and kind of positioning too, because that seems to get you guys your lost fights is when you guys kind of lose track of everyone and get into weird positions. That's pretty much it. Does anyone else have anything they want to bring up and talk about?
No. I think the going for suicidal flanks is working for me.
You're not joking, man. You were cooking heads.
I was like, it was working for you. I think we just got on that second point. We got all too far separated, and they kind of pinched everybody separately.
Well, it's a difference between if you're up there, that's fine, but then our tanks and Arista need to know to take that first corner. You know how like on Junkertown second, we're keeping that forward spacing important because if you're in that position to get that flank, then they can capitalize it. But if you're up there getting that kind of flank kill, and we're all the way back on pylon high ground, they're not going to be able to help you at all, or they're not going to be able to take advantage of that pick and continue winning the team fight.
Yeah.
And instead of the 10 to 15 second stagger, it's a it could be like a 30-40 second stagger if you guys win team fights.
Yeah.
And those kind of things, and that builds up over time.
All right, so that's a little bit of the coaching we've got going behind the scenes right now between the two teams. Again, we have Chase Nave coaching Jane Sox, the red team, and we have Big Ben coaching Dino Nuggies. And as we saw in the last map, Scar absolutely popped off and just wrecked shop as Hanzo. And it looks like they will stick with Scar on the Hanzo. And it looks like Jane Sox is going to be sticking with Ordo on the Echo. So we'll see how that plays out for them as it moves forward here. Ooh, I lost my camera. All right, there we go. But it's looking great so far for the teams. That was a really smooth attack.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Let's see. So yeah, sorry. But yeah, all right, looks like we are getting ready to go into it. All right, let's see what happens here. Maybe Big Nab gets another dynamite like Larkin did earlier. They're looking for it. And it looks like Dino Nuggies is just going to be pushing up main. They throw out the Sigma shield to block off that initial incoming damage from Big Nab, denying the dynamite damage. The dynamite from Larkin, though, forces Big Nab off the high ground, and now they have already fallen back to point and given up that initial high ground perch. And that lets Dino Nuggies set up a pretty good spot for their DPS to just rain terror down. I hear...
Him trying to keep this off-angle pressure on, so he's trying to contest that high ground a little bit, but they're rotating now to kind of a spot where I think that this Ash is going to get a lot of value onto the tank. I think keeping on that right side is probably a better call, but we'll see how this goes.
Dre looked for the haul.
Huge pick from Larkin again, but then red team just answers right back with huge picks of their own, and it gets res. Okay, so we're about even right now. There's blue team's down there, Hanzo, red team's down there, Mercy. But we still got big healing, and the window comes out from blue team first. Answered quickly back by Sandwich, but they got a lot more damage behind that window on blue team, and it's going to absolutely delete the enemy red team and on defense. So it looks like red team in a little bit of a route here. The Mercy comes back. They're trying to keep King alive. They're rotating onto him, though. I think that's only a matter of time. And yeah, blue team taking that first point about as fast as red team did. We got two kind of like one fight first points, which is just not what you expect from Blizzard World.
It's surprising. You expect the double shield to be a stronger defense for that first point, but it seems like the attack went a lot more smoothly for both teams. Now, whether that's the comp or just the play style in which these coaches have them going with it, who's to say?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. It looks like the defense double shield on point one. They were a little bit. They were either hesitant to rotate or didn't rotate fast enough, and were getting caught kind of separated.
It's kind of like a split, unsure of which off angles the DPS are going to take and how they're going to set up their kill box. And it looks like right now, I think Jane Sox has a pretty solid defense up here. Well, the cart's moving, but they have been able to just completely control this high ground. Dre's gonna fall, but that'll be an easy res, I think, for Solana.
And the cart has not stopped moving. Key thing here is that,
although
that defense was very well done up top, they if you can't stop the cart from rolling through, that position becomes immediately.
Oh my goodness. Well, they just made me eat my words. I think they're gonna take that point without even using an ult.
Oh, the two tanks for blue team go down.
Oh, okay. Maybe they just wanted to be a little fancy. All right.
It looks like we're getting in these when the fights are quick and decisive. It looks like Dino Nuggies are doing a really, really good job, and they're coming out on top. But as the fights continue on, it looks like we got a little bit more scrappy team in Jane Sox, where they're getting value in the long fight. If they're not able to quickly win it, Jane Sox is coming out on top.
It looks like they are back up here on this perch. As long as they can keep in mind the cart and make sure they have someone to contest it, they should be good here. Big Nab goes down, but they weren't able to get the Bob out to deny that high ground. And they get the res off, so they are good. They need to get Ordo healed up. Green Arrow goes down. They are still up a body. King is going on a little flank here to grab the Mega, and that forces out a questionable Bob from Larkin.
Bob in the side room.
In the side room on the Mega. He's really only contesting King, and they've sent half their team to chase King down here, and I think that's going to be a bad call on there, and DTX is about to go down as well. And
that was a really, really large overcommit on blue team there. Double Shield really not adept at punishing positioning mistakes.
Especially on a Sigma who just has so much survivability. Green Arrow's about to drop as well, and yeah, that was kind of a big bait. They saw King alone, which, I mean, in any other comp where you have something to quickly get in on them, sure, but in Double Shield, the Sigma's gonna be able to get out, and his team is able to come in, help him, pinch them into that small room, and between all the damage they could put in and the fact that Dino Nuggies went in after him in, you know, twosies at a time, it was pretty easy cleanup. They are all in this room, and King sees the opportunity and takes it. He's gonna die for it, I think, but
But that was two big picks onto both the Baptiste and the Sigma. Baptiste still alive for red team means that they have a lot more healing, and you have Scar who has just decided, you know what, this fight's lost. I'm gonna just push the card a little bit. Big Nab quickly disavails him of those notions with a dynamite though, and he's now kind of on the side here. You want to take that duel as Big Nab, but you gotta respect the headshot damage from Scar, who just wings his duel on the side even though he's pocketed by the Mercy.
Scar's just hanging out on the Mega. Okay, they're gonna go and try and get that menace out of their backline now. He's just... His Hanzo on this map has been absolutely filthy. Like,
you know what? I don't know if it was a meme or whatever, but he was saying earlier before the event that his Hanzo was trash.
It's like the reverse of a caster curse. Like, oh my goodness, the Orisas threw their hulls at each other, and I thought there was a Genji deflect in play. My goodness, the timing. There's the dragon through the window.
Yep, and we got nothing going on here. Looks like no blood so far. King, no, that wasn't King. That was the copy Echo getting off an ult that gets nothing. Bob's dueling again. Looks like these teams are matched each other 1-1.
Oh!
Big Dab getting big damage, and we get a Charlie Niner from blue team.
What a massive win for Jane Sox.
This was an awesome time. We had Jane Sox looking much more dominant on this second map, even though we had Dino Nuggies looking like they were like in control most of the time. It was kind of strange that we had this kind of going on here, but we had Dino Nuggies looking super dominant on the first map. I thought that would continue into this second map, but no, Jane Sox pulling it out, and they stall them on point 2 after pushing it all the way to point 3. This was awesome.
It's insane how close they got to actually getting the second point too from Dino Nuggies, and then they weren't able to clutch it out. Jane Sox comes back, gets 2 big picks on their tanks, and just absolutely denies it. That was it.
Kind of insane. But now we got about 15 minutes we're gonna let these teams VOD review that second map, let the coaches get a little bit more coaching in here, and I'm guessing Caden will be moving back and forth to listen in on that.
Yep, I will be going back and forth to pop up the VOD review on the stream again, and yeah, enjoy.
Oh man, you love a come from behind.
Dude, that was awesome. It was so good. It was so good.
So just, you know, they struggle the first map, then they get the coaching, and then they come back together. It's my favorite.
It's
Happened in
just
like SmackDown. This
beautiful. So beautiful. Oh my goodness. All right, why do I have a ping?
Oh no, he pinged at here. Monka W.
Monka W. Sharp. All right, I'm gonna go hop into the team chats while they do their review.
Good shit. Have fun.
We all just split very quickly.
You guys were split all the time. I mean, I was on Willinithus, and he's like on his own, and then or Sig and I mean, Ash is kind of on her own anyway. But it felt like you guys weren't taking fights as a team, and then there was points where, you guys had an understanding, and you guys knew what you wanted to do. You were like, let's use these ults in this time, and then just someone got picked or something happened to where you felt like, oh, we can't use this anymore, and then. Those kinds of things. So then they got comfortable with keeping that high ground, and they had to keep all their ultimates, and then just alt ward you at the end. So let's get Discord to work again. Stream Overwatch. All right.
Hearing the pew pews.
There we go.
Who did we lose on blue team? Or I mean, you don't have to be here anymore, but
That was
Green Arrow.
he had muted and then I don't know what happened.
No big.
He left the call too.
Arrow?
But yeah, this was really good. We kind of talked about that. If they're holding there, just kind of force them out. That was really good. We talked about let me go back for a second, actually. So the display ends up working, but I'll just point something out in general. So obviously this Sig's taking an off angle here. Put this back on. And he's kind of, I mean, yes, the BAP can peel for him a little bit, but this BAP's kind of committing to this wrist right here. I mean, if you guys see something like this, and like I talked about with like pull, like Green Arrow kind of sees this, and then he wants to like push him out, but we kind of like are kind of scared to take this space. It seems like, I don't know why. Maybe just didn't have shield, but you are for health. So, and like I said, like playing around you on point right here, just use this cover instead of this cover, because if you're using this cover like as soon as possible, then you're able to take advantage of picks and stuff like that, which we ended up getting with our 3-point nugget play. But just a small thing, but it ends up working out. So I totally thought you were gonna go for the BAP here, but then you decided to just go for the Mercy, but it ends up working because he was on fire. But you end up killing that Mercy right there, which is really good. Now we're able to do things, right? So obviously the Echo peels for their BAP, which is fine, but we force out these cooldowns out of them. They're low, so they're unable to kind of support their team properly. So this is kind of that go button I talked about. Obviously they kill our BAP here, so we get the res on him. So that kind of slows us a little bit, but say our BAP doesn't die here, like that is the go button to go and get on this Orisa, get in front of her shield, make sure she doesn't get value. She's already half health. Obviously she gets more here too, which is really good for us because we get ammo out and we're able to end up taking this fight. But that's definitely the go button that I was talking about. We're still kind of in this poke phase. where Double Shield thrives, just going back to what we were talking about, like in learning this comp, is that they want to keep that space and they don't want to be uncomfortable in that space. So when you get that pick, you make them uncomfortable because now they're down their mercy. Their DPS aren't able to be as aggressive or feel like they can be as aggressive. So that's when it needs to be the go button to take that space away from them and make them feel uncomfortable, like you did on Junkertown so many times. Ultimately, we end up winning this because we end up getting window and we're able to melt the Rissa, which is good. Kind of speed past this for the most part. And then we end up winning. Let's speed up a little bit. Alright. What a nice pylon. That's a nice boulder. Okay.
Nice boulder.
Older.
Kind of like 2 parts. Oh my god, I need to go like a full.
It's on me. I should be the one looking
breaks
around.
By the way, do we have
It's on everybody, right? And if you're running Hanzo, he's really good at doing that because Sonic Arrow is like a really good ability to like scout corners that you're not necessarily seeing, right? I think it was an X fight actually or something. Oh my, no, I went too far. So basically, this Hanzo completely just went on the left. Like you already spotted this. I really like that. That basically you gave this high ground up way too early here. You had no reason to drop there yet. You can just stay here and like spam them even more. And then when they actually join you up here, you can have a little like spar up here for who's gonna win the fight. And if you start losing it, then you can start falling back, right? You don't have to give up the high ground that easily. Like stick your ground a little bit. And then it's not up to one person saying that the Hanzo went left because we saw him pass through here. We saw him drop down. We can right now see him dropping down and going in here. And then he basically just fully crouches. Like he even took a couple of shots there, and then he actually crouches and then goes this way. So it's about like we know they have two hits, two people that can basically one-shot us, and suddenly we're missing one. What could he be doing? And then it's like we saw him there last, so he should be going around in the back, right? And yes, Mercy is like one of the easiest heroes to look around you because you don't need to look at your DPS to pocket them. So it's a good scouter in general because there's a lot of mobility, but you also don't want to die, right? So and then you lose this fight because of that, and you almost lose a fight here again if you remember when the Hanzo also poked here. You managed to actually hold it because your Sigma reacts very well to it and seals this Hanzo. Do you remember the fight, or should I go find it? I can probably find it. So I think it was the second one here, where our Hanzo. In general, you did a very, very good job at ulting first and setting the tempo in your direction, right? I think I already skipped it, maybe. I'm not sure. Too many fights. No, we destroyed this one. Got this one.
Way to be humble.
By the way, this fight over here was honestly not that bad, where you actually dropped in there. The reason why it wasn't that bad is they forced themselves in a little room, and you took angles. Your Orisha dropped main and held this one, and then Sigma and us poked this way. Where is it? Yeah, your Orisha is main. Sigma and us are holding this side, right? And your Echo is kind of like unknowing the people that are outside. So even without your Echo and your Echo like spamming here, like that's why we're winning this, because look at how we are all around them. Like what are these guys gonna do right now? They have an Orisa on top of their head. They have a Sigma in front of them, and an Us over here.
Flying Orisa, apparently.
It's okay. Like
my shield placement.
I get what you're saying that you were running around.
He's going from the top rope.
Yeah, but I shielded in front of them though. It was crazy. Look at that shield. Amazing.
Yeah, but like the idea is that right now we are in a way better position than they are. Even though we are kind of like maybe overextending a little bit, in general, like it's way better than what they're doing.
I mean, that Orisa has no chance of survival, right?
Yeah, we got them in that cage.
And the same thing with us, right? Yeah, you got them where you want them. You got them in a little room with everybody, one of you, in its door, basically, just like pushing them in and making them fight each other or something. I don't know. like like a cage fight. I hate going into.
Cage fights are fun. Only when you win.
Like that's like how
Yeah, there
this
you
one
go.
wins in general. Like usually in long in rages than in there, but still that's the way the team wins. So that's what I
Two
want.
more minutes, and then I'm gonna drag everybody into the lobby to have a nice discussion.
All right.
So do you have any comments, questions, that kind of stuff?
Wow. All right. Hello.
Oh yes, we got some amazing coaches. I'm super happy
Oh
with how this whole thing's gone so far. I don't know. I don't know if you think it went terribly, but I certainly.
I feel like it went very smoothly. We had one small hiccup, and other than that, it's been fine.
We're good.
I think the biggest hiccup, honestly, was just YouTube being goofy about streaming. That was a bit panicked, but other
Nobody
than
would have
that,
expected that. I
Right?
mean,
Like-
YouTube has the reputation for being the
they're
easiest streaming.
so simple. Like, and it doesn't matter if you do a test stream the night before.
And on that note, thank you everybody for watching. We still have a little bit more stuff going on here. We're going to have a little bit of an end discussion, and then Tikatee is going to come in and talk to the coaches because, of course, these were community and member coaches on our PECO Discord. And so if you guys enjoyed this event and would like to take part in a future one, maybe not in a double shield one, because nobody likes double shield apparently. I'm joking. If you want to take part in a future one, you just have to become a member on the PECO Discord. We have a channel. It's just called Become a Member. And of course, you get not only this, but a whole bunch of other events and resources. We run classes. We have coaching sessions. It's a great time. I love our Discord. And yeah, I think you guys should join and become members. But of course, I'm a little biased. No, I'm not. I'm sharp. Biased is the other guy.
Biased is the other guy, man. We can't be like impostering people. But yeah, I dropped a link to the Discord. It is just discord.gg/PECO, and it's very nicely set up, if I do say so myself. Definitely not also slightly biased. But yeah, there's a channel in there, become a member. There's a channel in there for if you want to get information on how to get coaching from the professional coaches.
Did somebody say biased?
I was summoned.
You said his name 3 times and we summoned him like Beetlejuice.
It's like, yes, hello.
But on that note, let's get everybody in here and have a little bit of a ending discussion.
Yeah, I'm gonna go hop down to the lobby one real quick, and yeah, we'll start pulling people up.
Sounds good.
All right, time to start yoinking.
No, because we're getting
boink, boink. Time to everyone get moved.
Hello.
All right.
We moved
We're back.
We're back. Yeah, so we got everybody in here, so it might get a little loud. Hopefully, we have some self-restraint. But
my ears.
But I hope everybody enjoyed that. It was our, we've done SmackDown events before, but this is our first time using member coaches. I hope that it was an awesome experience. We want to do a little bit of a little ending discussion here, and so the first thing I want to do is hear from our member coaches themselves. And so let's start with Chase. Chase, how did you find this event? And is there anything you want to say to your team, the other team? You have the floor.
Well, honestly, it was really fun. And I
Yay.
think both teams in the end, like second map to first map was almost like night and day.
Yeah.
Like the improvement was actually there, I think, at least.
Yeah, that was great.
So like good job to everybody. I hope you keep going and like find opportunities to get even better.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you, Chase. And now let's hear from the coach of the Dino Nuggies, Big Ben.
What a name. Yeah, exactly. That first play on Blizzard World was our 3-point nugget play. I just want to say it did work, but we did get held. But our 3-point nugget did work. No, it was really fun. We had a lot of fun with it. We kind of got everyone together beforehand for some fun team bonding, and something I've always admired about the PECO server and the people in it is that we like to have fun. So we kind of had a lot of fun with it, and I think hopefully they learned a little bit too from me. I tried to help everyone individually as well as the team, but I thought it was a really fun experience, and overall from a coaching perspective, just really cool to talk through not only Overwatch and kind of the cooldowns, but then also kind of teach a comp. Was really cool, and I have something I haven't done before, so that was fun.
Yeah, awesome. I'm glad you got that. You found that experience positive one. Is there anything that the coaches wished we would have done differently, or would like to see possibly to enhance the experience going on?
One small thing would be, I know the players submitted like basically something about their communication skills, and actually the more important stuff that is like they submitted either hero picks and pronouns and that kind of stuff. It'd be nice to have a list before.
Oh, okay, so to give you guys like a nice little roster of everything for everything. Yeah, that would be great.
Okay, very good.
More information is not a bad thing.
Certainly can do that next time.
Tikatee's document was really nice. It'd be for the next one.
So
I know
for
you'll
everyone
give
on
it from the very start, but yeah.
Yeah, so for everyone on stream,
now we know.
you had a little document. That explained like what to do when in this kind of more structured coaching experience. So yeah, that was great. Thank you very much for that, Tikatee. So awesome. Thank you, coaches. Now let's go down the player list very quickly, maybe 10-15 seconds each person if you want it. You don't have to, obviously. If you want to say something to the coaches or say something about the event in general, feel free. And so let's start with Big Nab.
Oh my goodness.
That's what you get for being alphabetically first.
Yep.
It was definitely a fun experience. Like, I didn't play in the Smackdowns before. I did watch them live sometimes, but like, it was. I don't know, like how to describe it. But it was like a new experience. Like I'm playing on a team, and we have WOD reviews, and like we also have like some level of in-game coaching, but this is like definitely on a much more like in-depth level.
Awesome.
And
well, is
like
that a
the entire experience.
Yeah.
Yay! Good.
Good. I'm glad. Awesome. Well, thank you. And so now let's move on. Let's have Blue Roses.
So I guess I'll just say thank you to Ben for coaching, and I had a lot of fun playing with my fellow Dino Nuggies. It was nice to finally be in a comp that was like, yes, I can play Mercy, and I'm supposed to play Mercy. So that was really nice. Yeah, it was a good experience. Yes, yeah. It was a really good experience. I had a lot of fun. Oh yes, high five it.
Good.
And I'm sad I didn't get to have my 1v1 with Sandwich. So we have a next time.
Next time.
Off stream Mercy boxing.
Yeah. Or maybe a member Monday Pugs. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll make it go down.
There we go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Blue Roses. So Dreary, you have something you want to talk about?
I don't get to play Orisa very much, but so that was probably like I was so happy to finally get to play the horse.
Yay.
And I just I appreciate like because I know like there's probably a lot that you guys have been doing like behind the scenes, and I just want to say like thank you for like because we literally couldn't have done this without you guys. So just a big thank you to you guys.
Thank
that's
you.
So sweet. Thank you so much. Well, thank you, Dreary. Now let's move on to DTX here.
Nerf Echo, GG's.
For one match. You popped off, Ordo.
Like,
you can pat yourself on the back. For that one.
You really did.
Awesome. So now we have King. You have 15 seconds or so.
For the first time ever, except for maybe one time before, I could say that I've actually learned something from coaching.
Oh, nice.
Because other than Deadly, I have never had a coach before, Chase, that has actually like left information with me.
Cool.
Awesome. That's good to hear. Good job,
Well,
Chase.
it was a positive experience.
Good
Yay,
job.
Chase. Ordo.
My Hanzo needs medical assistance. But I enjoyed every minute of it, and I'm gonna have to miss the next one regardless of.
Oh darn.
Oh.
But I will be back.
Be in it.
We'll go again.
Awesome.
We'll go again. Yes.
We go again. Solana.
This I feel like is the first time I've actually played in a setting where I have been coached. So it was a completely new experience for me, and I did definitely learn a lot about how to actually play as a team, because even when playing with friends, it just kind of felt like, we all did our own thing, and just
Yeah,
messed around.
it's very different from just like playing with friends in quick play or ranked. Like it
Or
is
even in
very different.
pugs.
Huge organized. Yeah, it is even different from that, right? When you have a coach and you have like this huge organized thing. I think it's an awesome experience. It's why we wanted to do it.
Yeah, it's much more
Yeah.
education focused versus pugs,
it's-
where it's like, all right, go do your thing, pick a hero, have
Go have
fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it felt much better for me to actually learn. Here's how we should position. Here's how we should take fights. You know.
Awesome.
I like that aspect of it.
Very
Sweet,
good.
awesome. Sandwich.
I don't think I'm gonna be a bat main anytime soon. But I did learn a lot, which is obviously the goal, and it was a lot of fun. Is it okay if I bug you guys later about like thoughts about the whole thing?
Oh, of course, please.
We
DM
welcome
us.
that. Yes.
cool.
Yes, please.
Cool.
Or you can even post it in feedback. We have a member feedback. Member
That goes to anyone. Like, yeah, if y'all have feedback, anyone from the stream too. If there's something from the stream that you feel like could be different and improve it, let us know. Like,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
nothing bad. I wrote down a bunch of things
He
I wanted
has
to talk
thoughts.
about. So
that's totally fine. That's totally fine. Yeah.
but it was really good. And I learned a lot. Shout outs to everyone who made it happen because it was a really good experience.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Scar.
Hello.
Hello.
I am the Hanzo that makes you stay in gold.
You made me so sad. The amount of playing.
You were the most annoying person to play against.
Seriously.
Seriously.
Yeah, you kind of popped off a little bit a lot. Like, yeah, your Hanzo was disgusting.
It was pain. You just kept flanking and killing us.
I'm bad at Hanzo, by the way.
Yeah, okay.
Bad.
Piece of the 3-point nugget play, I have to say.
I joined when Big Ben was coaching, and Scar was like, I just kept flanking, and it just kept working.
I mean, you know, sometimes it be like that.
It do. All right. Was that all you had to say, Scar?
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, Dust.
I like it.
Yeah, it was a ton of fun. First time playing in a team environment other than like pugs, but
that's not
team.
team.
Even pugs are kind of just thrown together. Here, you get at least a little bit of consistency. You know what you're playing. And
Exactly.
You
And the coaching was awesome. I'm still getting used to Ash. I only have like 30 hours on her, so it was a lot of fun.
It didn't show. You did
I've only
fine.
played her for like a day and a half straight.
I mean, I have over 2,000 hours on Junkrat.
Don't feel bad. I have like maybe 5 hours on BAP, so.
Well, you did a pretty good job for the 5 hours on that.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Alrighty, thank you, Dusk. Let's have Walendithos.
Yeah, first of all, no clugs. That's what needs to happen now.
Oh no.
Unlike Drury, I will not be playing Orisa with my team. I find her outdoors.
Walendithos is like, I want my monkey back.
Oh, man.
literally.
Your Orisa was great though.
And then yeah, thank you everyone.
Yeah, your posts were actually on point.
Yeah. There's some big halts coming out from both
And
of y'all.
next time,
Oh, for
I think
sure.
third map for the decider.
Yeah, we have the Overwatch League starting soon, so we didn't want to overlap too much. But,
Yeah, that's why we had a 2-map
Yeah,
thing.
makes
We'll
sense.
adjust.
League.
We'll adjust.
Hey, but do we think people would rather watch like pro players play or like
Or
two of
would
the
they
best
It doesn't
double
matter
shield?
if they want to watch it.
I mean, so
Scott,
what I'm
dual screen
hearing.
it. They can dual screen it.
I was gonna say,
Right.
what I'm hearing is, remember Monday, we're gonna do like our third point. We'll rehash this out.
Yeah.
All right.
That could possibly be arranged.
We have to do a tiebreaker at some point. We need
Yeah,
to see
exactly.
wins.
Y'all are gonna
And to
have
end
to
this
help
off,
us
we
remember.
have- to end this off, we have Green Arrow.
He changed his nickname to Walking Dog, and I don't know if
I
that
saw
means
that.
he's literally walking his dog right now. I think he's literally walking his dog because
I was
he's
just like, is this a meme I'm not understanding? Or...
yeah. I think he's literally just
W to be last.
He is literally walking the dog.
yeah.
I'm the dog.
So
Good meme.
To prove it.
prove it.
Well, thank you guys so much for
Experts didn't
participating. This was so much fun to do. I'm glad you guys all got a lot out of this, and hopefully y'all will sign up again, and we could do this again in 2 weeks with
Yeah.
something that is not the horse.
Yes, please. I
I
don't want to see him anymore.
I think we keep the horrors.
As long as we keep the Mercy, I'm down.
I'm like, as long as I can still play a support character, I'm down. Don't put me on
Play
DPS.
Good.
We're getting rid of support characters. No support characters next time.
We're gonna go goats. It's gonna be goats.
Goats.
So y'all are
No
free
more.
to hang out here as long as you want. For everybody else on stream, we're gonna take the two coaches and we're gonna have Tikatee give them some feedback. We're gonna go up into the broadcast now, so it's a little bit more private. But thank you guys again for coming.
Yes.
And have a wonderful rest of your day and weekend. Go Overwatch. Go Dallas.
Yes. Yes.
Go Dallas.
We're blue.
Alrighty.
I'm biased.
Let
It's
it
fine.
rain.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys.
Thank
All right, where's Chase? We pulled Chase up. We pulled Big Ben up. All right, cool. Give Tikatee the floor.
Yeah, I mean, well, first off, huge shout out, Sharp and Caden, to you guys for bringing this all together. This has been awesome.
Cheers.
To everyone watching and to you guys who don't know, these are our newest members to the PECO family, and they've been killing it, bringing the community together, organizing events like this. And I think this, well, there were a few hiccups, maybe at the beginning. Things have been running super smoothly, and I'm really excited to see more of these events popping up. And also to you guys as coaches, Ben and Chase, I was super impressed with both of you guys. To be completely honest, I was not sure how these things were going to go with community coaches, but I was super impressed with you guys. I have a little bit of feedback, but honestly, like, you guys killed it today, and I was really happy with everything that happened. It was a great experience for everyone involved. So yeah, I'll start off by saying I initially started taking feedback, like, because I was like stuck in coach brain. I was like looking at the games, like thinking about like what I would say, and then I tried to change that more into giving you guys feedback on your actual coaching. So I'll try to stay away from talking about the actual game itself and stuff like that, and more focus about you guys on coaches. So I started off by watching Ben and watching your introduction and the first map with you. There were a couple things that made me feel you were a little bit long-winded in the talking points that you had. You took a long time to answer individual questions, and it felt overall that, at least at the very beginning when we were doing the introduction stuff, we were maybe losing focus on the overall sort of narrative of what the team comp was supposed to be doing and the win conditions thereof. So one, for an event like this, first thing is be mindful of your time constraints. If you are coaching for a team in the Overwatch League and you have 15 minutes between your map, you do not get any buffer after those 15 minutes. You need to make sure that by the time those 15 minutes are up, you have said everything you want to have said, and your team has a clear vision moving forward. So yes, getting feedback from players, answering their questions, all very important stuff. But at the end of the day, you are the one presenting them with knowledge. You are the one with a story to tell so make sure you have everything out by the time your time is up. There were a couple. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I just said understood. Continue.
Okay. Gotcha. There were a few things that talked about. So I put this in quotes, and I'm trying to remember exactly what I was thinking at the time. But you were telling people to give calls to give up space. I think I was talking about Junkertown first fight when they were holding on that bridge. And so you were giving really good feedback, but I would like to hear you go a step further and talk about more like applicable things in game. So like, yes, we need to make calls to give more space and give up space and these kind of things, but then talk about like, you might want to look for these triggers that might necessitate that kind of call. Maybe one of us died. Maybe our tanks don't have CDs. Maybe the enemy has too many angles. Maybe we're trying to bait them in, these kind of things. So it's good to say, yes, you have really good feedback, but put that in a very applicable setting for in-game so they know exactly what they're looking for when they're in-game. They don't need to think, oh, should I be calling it back up right now? I'm not sure exactly what I should be looking for, these kind of things.
Okay.
And yeah, just a general feedback, pointing out issues, and then following up with examples of what you want to see. So another thing that you talked about was like the splitting focus. I think on a similar fight on Junkertown where we had an advantage, but we didn't capitalize as much as we could because we ended up splitting our focus. So again, use that time to give an example of what you would want to see. It's not enough to say, hey, we split our focus, this was bad, this is what we could have done to be better, and then give concrete examples. Maybe go down the hero roster, go one by one, say, hey, you could have done this, you could have done this, you could have done this. Quickly get that thought out of the way and keep them really hyper focused on what they should be doing next time.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's about all the notes I had for you. In general too, like for both of you guys, actually, when we were talking about the intro and introducing the composition to our teams, I would have liked to hear a little bit more macro talk. I would have liked to hear more about like how are we explicitly going to be taking space on attack. Chase, I know you talked about like taking angles and stuff like that, but I'd like to hear more like concrete examples, if that makes sense. And then on the flip side, like how do we respond to split threats or rotations when we're on defense? What are some specific communication things, like making sure we're calling every pull, making sure we're calling our ults, making sure we're calling when to push with the DPS's Sigma, these kind of things. I think a little more expectations on our players would have gone a long way early on. And going into the feedback for you, Chase, I think one of your issues was you tried to get too high level too quickly. I think you were.
I think I noticed that
Yeah.
during the first map. I was like, oh
Yeah.
shit, am I asking way too much from these guys? Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you have experience playing and coaching on a team. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And I could kind of tell that with the feedback you're giving, because the feedback you were giving, well, like pretty much all of it, I agreed with everything you were saying. But for the context of these players, I think it was hard for them to keep up, and it led to a lot of people coming to not wrong, but different conclusions. So when teaching, especially a new team like this, or a team who is starting out with new members, or a team who hasn't solidified their fundamentals, you need to really build up those things step by step, brick by brick, before you can jump right into the macro stuff like this. So like everything you talked about, like for taking space and splitting angles and pairing up and having different calls for different groups and stuff like that, that's all really good and true information. But before we can get there, we need to get the simple stuff down first. So that was like by far my biggest note for you. And again, similar to Ben, some concrete examples would have been great. Instead of saying stuff like, hey, we want to split angles and we want to make this our win condition, say like, hey, this fight, we're going to send Sigma and Ashe and Mercy in this direction, and we're going to send Hanzo in this direction. This is going to achieve XYZ for this reasons. You can look to do this in situations where XYZ is happening, these kind of things. Very concrete, easy to follow instructions to put them in the situation, even if they don't have a deep understanding of it, but are still able to execute on some of the things. And then when you build on that review, when you're looking at the VOD back, it's like, hey, look how good this was, and then go more in depth with it. But starting off with too much too fast can lead to confusion. And I think when I tuned in on Blizzard World, there was actually a little bit of conflict going on because, again, different people had different expectations for each other and different plans going on and stuff like that. I will say, you handled, like, even though it was fairly light, you handled that conflict really well. I was really happy with everything. I was honestly thinking about jumping in myself in case things got out of hand, but you handled it perfectly. So a little bit of coaching experience showing there as well. But main thing, again, those individual feedback and the higher level feedback stuff, without those strict fundamentals in play, can lead to contrasting opinions, and that's where conflict arises. That's where misplays happen. That's where we miss up on our timing and all those kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I said, overall, great job to both of you guys. I was really happy with this. It was really fun to watch, of course. And yeah, I had a great time. Did you guys have any questions about the whole process? Anything for me?
It's okay if you don't.
No, basically.
Yeah, no pressure.
It's like the kind of thing one thing is like, yeah, like I just found it was like I thought it would be hard. It was a little bit harder than I thought it'd be.
Mm-hmm.
Like both, like especially in the beginning, as you said, like I started too high and then I was like, oh shit, and moved a little bit down, I think, hopefully. And then like, yeah, like judging players extremely fast and like being able after a single round of like basically didn't even play a full map, like at least the Junker done, right? So it was like, yeah, it was really hard to like get what I need to say in a very, very, very small amount of time when watching like 6 players and like, yeah, everything.
Yeah, it's a hard environment when you're not completely in control, right? When you're not going to maybe even see these players ever again. You're not sure if you're going to be able to build on these things. You're not sure how much you're going to get out in 15 minutes. It's stressful, it's hard, but I think, like I said, you guys did a really great job.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a high pressure environment, but it also forces you guys as coaches, it reinforces the skill of being like succinct, right? Of making sure you know what you're saying, you say it fast, you say it, well, not fast, like you're talking fast, but you say it directly and you say it efficiently in his, thank you, in his few words, unlike I'm doing right now, in as few words as possible.
Yeah, no, y'all did great. You could see the difference too between the two maps, like how much the coaching impacted. It was really cool to see that type of turnaround in just 2 maps. Like, obviously, they're not, the teams aren't going to be perfect at whatever comp we do within a span of 2 maps. It's 6 people that have never played together. Y'all are coaches that have never interacted with these people as coaches typically. And I mean, considering all of that, watching it and listening in on the comms as I was going back and forth, it was so smooth and y'all did so great. Like, it was really good to watch.
Yeah, no, they did a really good job with it.
Mhm.
I kind of tried to focus on, kind of like Tikatee said, I was just focusing on, at least to start out with, really like the basics when it comes to comms and what cooldowns they need to be using when. Obviously, taking the next steps really important, which I appreciate the feedback of kind of the if this happens, that can happen kind of stuff. But yeah, they did a really good job of kind of applying it too, which was really cool. They didn't just kind of treat it like a pug lobby and just kind of did their own thing. Everyone was really happy to play with each other and play the comp as it was kind of meant to be played and how we were suggesting it. So that was really fun. And they had fun with it too. So I think it went well.
Yay, awesome. That's good to hear.
Just like as you asked for feedback as well, is like a small thing, as I kind of said, like getting feedback on the players before we start is gonna make it easier as well.
Yeah.
Like, maybe I wasn't sure what the SR level was. Like I knew it was around like for each player as well, maybe. Or for example, a question like what kind of team experience you have to know like what.
Okay.
What based
For
on
sure, we can share that
Yeah,
with you
something like
guys
that.
in the future.
Yeah,
That,
I actually put a note in our special hidden chat, like feedback notes. Give member melee coaches more info regarding their roster. So, and then I put in that like SR pronouns, communication levels, things like that. So that's definitely something that we can implement for the next one.
Yeah, and like he talked about just team experience, I think, or just like general playing experience would be a really good point too, because there's a difference between talking with people that have been playing the game or play with friends or play in groups or play scrims.
different level of background.
That's a good point.
knowledge.
It's a really big difference between putting someone in that's like pretty just plays comp and it's like kind of like gold plat area and just kind of does their own thing, and then hopping into this is very bit different than someone that's been in a team environment, whether it's console or PC or whatever it may be.
That's
they're
very good
going to
point.
approach the game in a very different mental space. So when kind of like what Tikatee's feedback for Chase was, when you start going into those kind of macro plays and kind of going crazy with like communication stuff like that, people can be like, holy crap, that's a lot of
the people who only just chill on ladder and solo queue are like, what?
I just press buttons.
Yeah, that's a very good point. So I'll be sure to include that for the next one, to make it a little easier, so y'all have a better idea of how to adjust your coaching style and input and however that goes. So
yeah,
that was
'cause
great.
people are going to have different comms, especially with that. So kind of spending more time assisting them with that and how they need to kind of not act, but what to expect in this kind of team environment is big to go over with someone if they haven't been in it before.
Yeah.
And to get thrown into the fire.
Yeah, that's fair. Awesome. Well, thank you. I think, Sharp, did you have anything else?
I think that's all I got. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know that it seems like you guys got out of this, which is awesome. Hopefully we can do it again. I hope you guys volunteer again. Maybe we'll find different people for the next time for some variety's sake. But of course, we'd love to have you guys back. You guys were both awesome. And thank you again, Tikatee, for hanging around, giving us some professional insight here. And of course, this is a great thing for our members. Again, I want to mention that this was all done with members from our PECO Discord. If you want to become a member and participate in events like this, it's discord.gg/PECO, PECO, and then you would look at the Become a Member channel, which will take you to our it is a paid membership, so you would have to sign up on our website, and it's monthly, so you can try it out for a month if you want and see what all the hubbub's about. We'll be back on, I think we're going to stream Member Monday Pugs and Q&A on Tikatee's channel, so be around for that, and on Twitch, of course. And yeah, thank you guys for coming. Awesome time.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah,
yes.
thank you.
Like and subscribe.
Don't forget to like
Hit
and
the bell for
subscribe.
notifications.
Yeah, we're on YouTube now.
Yes. Don't forget to like and subscribe and click the bell for notifications for all of the PECO YouTube uploads.
Right?
Yes. And member join and all the other YouTube things.
We're good at this.
Yes. All right, awesome. Well, thank you guys so
everybody.
much,
Thank you
and
very
we'll
much.
talk to y'all next time. Bye.
Bye,
Thank you,
chat.
guys. Thank you. Bye.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap the stream again. Like Sharp said, join the PECO Discord, become a member. It's ranged tier. You can pay $1 a month, $5 a month, $10 a month, however you want to do it. And there's not any like length of contract sign up time. You can cancel it after a month if you decide it's not for you. That's fine. But thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll see more of y'all next time. Bye.